Hey everybody, welcome back to Reliable Tropical Updates. My name is Gavin and I'm here to bring you another tropical update that I am discussing today. This is about a potential storm that could enter the Gulf of Mexico within 240 hours, I believe. And if you guys like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow it. This is my second video on this channel, I believe. And make sure you hit the like button, share it with your friends and family because this is going to be some important information. It is more of a long-range forecast compared to like a shorter range forecast, which is more accurate. But I just really wanted to discuss this because it's very important. I'm just going to show you guys in detail what these two like disturbances are going to do just to create one big storm basically. So I'm on the GFS model right here and I have the Gulf of Mexico pulled up. Now if we go more into the run a little bit, we will see this low pressure right here. I'll just mark it right here on the map. There's a low pressure right here. And then there's also a low pressure right here coming from the EPAC. Now this EPAC storm is actually right here. Currently, it's situated right here, and it's actually currently making landfall as we speak. As you can see, here's the NHC map for it. Right now, it's just a tropical depression. Actually, NHC is calling it Remnants now, since it's pretty much dissipated. All the tropical characteristics are gone with it. So basically, this storm is just going to hit Mexico. I mean, it's not going to cause much damage at all. But let's get back into the model run. As you can see, we have these two low pressures in the Gulf of Mexico. This one we've been talking about for a while. It actually currently, if I pull up the NHC right quick, I'll go to it. We actually still have a 40% chance. It was 30% chance earlier, but now as you guys can see, I don't know why it won't let me zoom in. But yeah, basically, a tropical low pressure is producing large area disorganized showers and thunderstorms over the central and west Gulf of Mexico. It's expected to form over the Gulf of Mexico this weekend, and the graduate development is possible. And a tropical or subtropical depression could form during early or middle portions of next week. My bet is on the late portion of next week, probably Wednesday or Thursday. We're looking at timing wise. Now this could very well change, and the formation chances are 0 right now, of course, and then 40 the next 7 days. So let's go back into the model run. I'll show you guys what these two low pressures do. So you can basically see that both of these low pressures eventually combine as we get later into the model run. This is only 138 miles out, 138 hours out. Sorry. So this is not very far out at all. And you can see now these low pressures are right next to each other, and they're basically combining with each other, which is called the Fujiwara effect, which creates, as you can see right here, one big low pressure system. And by the looks of it, this looks like a high-end tropical storm or a hurricane already. We're only 150 hours out, by the way. This is 5 or 6 days out, I believe, if I'm doing the math correctly, and or probably like 7 days. But basically, this storm just decides just to go right towards Florida, where we've already had Hurricane Helene impacts, and it's just gonna be a bad situation if this pans out. Basically, with wind gusts, I would, 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts hitting the west coast of Florida. It's not going to be a good situation because these communities are trying to recover from the historic storm surge we had with Helene. So we are definitely watching this very, very closely. Now I want to go into the Euro run and see what this shows. Basically, it pretty much shows the exact same thing as the GFS. Oh wait, I'm not. Sorry, I'm on the wrong model run. Here we go. Basically shows the exact same thing. This time I'm not doing the wind gusts. You can actually see the low pressure. On this run though, it does not show another low pressure basically. It actually shows it out in the Atlantic right here, but you can see that frontal boundary right here. This frontal boundary is going to combine with this low pressure that's coming off the Gulf of Mexico. And it's just going to create one large storm like we saw in the GFS model. I want to go back into the wind gust forecast. It'll probably depict it better. As you can see, the Euro does not show cyclogenesis happening. It just shows one large frontal boundary combining with this low pressure system. As you can see, we have the frontal, and then we have the low pressure spinning, which is basically combining with each other. And it's going to create one large storm. And yet again, this also hits the west coast of Florida. Now, the specific impacts we see from this are going to be very, very different in 168 hours. I mean, we could be talking about a completely different location. I know the Canadian model, or not the Canadian, the UK Met model actually shows it hitting the panhandle instead, which we'll go to that model right now. This is the Canadian model, and it basically has the same fucking story, you know. We have the frontal boundary right here, just pushing energy towards the storm, and you can see we have that low pressure that spins up. Actually, this time it comes from the Bay of Campeche. As you can see, it spins up rather fucking quick for it hitting land. So yeah, we can see that, and also we have more cyclogenesis happening. I wouldn't necessarily call it Fujiwara effect since it's not a closed low, it's more of an open low, which is the frontal boundary. And basically we see this hitting Florida and the Panhandle. Very similar strength. All the models have very similar strength of this. High-end tropical storm, Category 1 hurricane. And that's probably how it's going to be for a little bit since the environment is not necessarily extremely favorable. Although this jet interaction created from the frontal low is definitely providing energy for the storm. Now, if we go into the tracks for this storm, this is the remnants of Tropical Depression 11, which I believe. I don't think it was ever a named storm, so it never got to tropical storm status. But as you can see, it's going right through Mexico, and then it decides to head right into the Gulf. You can see that rather northeast turn it has is from the frontal boundary, pushing it towards Florida. As we go into the GEFS tracks, you know, we can see the development and the possible strength this could cause of the hurricane that we could potentially see. I'm not going to say it's going to be a hurricane, but it's definitely very, very possible. And these model runs are actually weirdly in line with each other. I mean, I don't know what this is going on right here, but I mean, a couple of these are pretty in line with each other. And this could obviously change. I mean, we're 150, 160 hours out from this actually happening. But it is a relatively new, it's relatively new to the model runs. We didn't expect this remnant to actually combine with this low pressure system, but due to the upper level environmental factors, it's definitely a very big possibility. And we can see the intensity guidance. Holy crap, even crazier. Some of these models have it going to high-end hurricane status, which is honestly crazy. And we're just gonna have to see as we get further towards this date. I mean, this is just nuts. This is crazy because it's literally a remnant storm, but it just shows what a spin up in the gyre can do to a storm, like a remnant system like this. It'll just create so much energy for it to combine with one another, and that basically just creates that large, area in the Gulf where all the wind is, and it creates energy flow towards the storm basically for it to go through cyclogenesis and combine and get stronger. But that is going to be it for today's video. I just wanted to go over this possible storm. Now yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I will do another update on this tomorrow, most likely, or the next day after. I just got my wisdom tooth removed, so if I'm not feeling well tomorrow, so be it. I probably won't have a video uploaded, but I just wanted to inform you guys on this possible low pressure system. And actually, before I end the video, I kind of want to go to the NHC real quick. I want to go to Hurricane Kirk, because this is a very interesting system we have. It's already a Category 4 hurricane. It's a really big hurricane, by the way. And if we go to Tropical Tidbits, we can actually see this hurricane in depth and look at it and observe it. Just a mean-ass looking hurricane right here, and it's just rapidly intensifying. Has a really nice eyewall structure, really nice CB boundaries, just funneling this thing. It's crazy. But yeah, this thing's expected to be a Category 4. I mean, some of the model runs. Okay, that's not right. Hold on. Sorry. I went to the wrong one. This is the GFS ensembles. It's pretty much having it stay the same exact intensity, but we could see a little bit more intensity come out of this. But it has a thermodynamic maximum of around 150 knots, I would say. I mean, as this thing is going to get pulled up rather quickly, 96 hours, this thing's already going to be in the northern Atlantic, so it's probably going to bomb out and become subtropical. And usually how this works is it'll combine with the zonal pattern we have here up in Canada, and it just combines and pushes it right towards England. Now this could be a very big problem, as you can see. I'll try to zoom in on this. But this could be a very big problem for New England. As you can see over here, it has a hit in New England right on. Like, I don't think New England usually sees storms this intense. It's not going to be tropical, per se, but it's definitely going to bring some very impactful winds if this actually pans out, like these models say it is. But this is honestly a very likely scenario at this point. It's only 150 hours out we're likely going to be seeing New England impacts plus a hurricane possibly in the Gulf. And I'm not trying to, bullshit anybody, but this is most likely what's going to happen based on the information we have right now. And as you can see, that has this line right here. That's not going to happen. That must be a glitch in the computer models. So I just wanted to go over those two storms. I'm going to end out today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.